Good morning. Wow, it's a quiet morning here this morning. And as I've been doing lately, I've been listening to Jackie Ivanko. She's been my musical angel a lot over the past week and a half since I rediscovered her. Anyway, today's title is Unconditional Service to All Creation. My friend Marsha Valutis was here at the center last night, sharing a bit of her amazing story and some of what she has learned and experienced in regard to soul wisdom and power. I resonate with much of the simplicity of Master Sha's teaching, especially the part about everything being alive, or as he sees it, everything having a soul and being in service to everything else. To me, recognizing the interconnected web of life is probably the most important recognition and awareness we can have at this time in our awakening. Without that, we cannot comprehend the importance of unconditional service to all creation. A few years back, Marsha was in the hospital, depressed, suicidal, and diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma cancer of the stomach. And reluctantly, she began following the teachings of soul power of Master Sha from China. She didn't like his books, but she read them anyway. Part of her strongly resisted doing the practices that he taught, but she did them anyway. And she was lifted out of her depression, and in 3 months, three and a half, I can't remember exactly what she said, 3.5, I think, months, the cancer had totally left her body. It's an amazing story of healing, and there are many amazing stories of healing. And the one thing that she absolutely emphasized, and that I absolutely agree with, is that when we focus only on the body, we miss a whole lot, because the body is not causal, it's effectal. I made up that word, effectal. In other words, it's the effect, not the cause. Anything that happens in the physical is always an effect. And the mind, important as it is our consciousness, our awareness. The mind is extremely important, but the most important thing is the soul, or the spiritual aspect, which is unseen, because everything at that level is causal, not merely an effect. That's why they say when we just look at the physical, we're looking at an illusion, because it's an effect, it's transitory, it's transient, it changes all the time. But the causes, that's what we need to find. We need to go to the root and find the cause. And when we heal the soul, when we heal at the soul level, everything below it, the soul is restored, the mind gets renewed, and the body gets rejuvenated or healed, and we as a being get made whole. But she emphasized, as she has done, as I've heard her do other times, and as I have done, but with different words, that everything has a soul, she said, because that's what the teaching of Master Sha is. But for me, recognizing everything is alive. And as Anastasia taught, I exist for those for whom I exist. I serve all creation, and all creation serves me. I've learned that powerfully in my own life as I recognize that every atom, every molecule, every cell, every system of cells, every system of atoms that are put together for service, to do something beneficial for other souls, because it is an interconnected web of living material, of living energy, of living consciousness. It's an interconnected web in which we are participants and we play roles. And when we play the role of being separate, we do not serve. We do not see how what we do affects everything else. And so we live our lives oblivious to the higher realities, to the spiritual realities of creation. That the invisible is the cause of the manifestation, and always, always produces what is needed for fulfillment or for harmony. Now you say, but Ron, look at the world. It's totally out of harmony. That's mostly because man is out of harmony. Mankind has forgotten our essence, our root. We have forgotten from where we came. We are the prodigal children, having gone into a far country to experiment with this thing called separation, that is an illusion that we created so that we would know what it was like to be other than what we were. And having forgotten where we came from, we created all sorts of negative, painful expressions, painful manifestations of reality. But even those, even that negative aspect is in service to us, because it's reminding us that we haven't gotten it yet. We haven't remembered. We haven't come home. We're not there. We haven't arrived. And I don't know that there's ever a total arriving, because to me, the cosmos is so infinite and so vast that it's beyond comprehension in any one lifetime for sure. It takes many lifetimes on our soul's journey to get it. And yes, I'm talking reincarnation. We each live again and again and again on this soul's journey so that we can learn different lessons and see from different perspectives. And one of the reasons that I don't get too uptight with people that don't seem to get it is because, having gone through things myself in this lifetime and having changed my mind because I've been able to see from a new perspective, I recognize that, hey, when I was a fundamentalist, that's how I thought. That's how I saw the world. And my heart was good. I didn't want ill. I didn't wish bad things for people. But I did not see myself as connected. I saw things as warfare and as a disconnected everything was confrontational and polarized. That's how I saw it. But my heart was still good. And I know that people that don't get what I've gotten and haven't progressed as I see it as progression along their path to the place where they can see that there is no war. There's only allies, all in service to the higher good, all in service to God or the Creator or Great Spirit or the Holy Spirit, as whatever name you want to put on it. There's a singular web of life. There is a unity even in all of the diversity. And the unity is the reality from which all of the diversity springs forth and is brought forth. It's all born from the unity or the unified cosmos, the unified field if you will, as they call it in science. We all come from that fabric of life, all of us, and everything is alive. Every atom responds to recognition, to appreciation and gratitude, to just, as I shared last night, I think it was after the meeting, but as I shared, I am absolutely amazed sometimes when I express appreciation to my car, or to my appliances, or to even the structures that don't seem to do anything except sit there, like a chair, for example, or a table. They don't seem to be doing anything, and yet they are living atoms, living bits of consciousness that exist to serve a function in my life and to enrich my life. And when I recognize their gift, I can almost feel, not almost, I can feel the vibration of excitement at just being recognized. He sees that we are serving him and he appreciates it. Do you have any idea, my friend, how significant that is? I mean, some people might hear that and say, "You're nuts, Ron." Yeah, I'm nuts. I'm nuts. I talk to things, and I appreciate trees and plants and animals and people, even people that don't get it yet as I see getting it. And I can get frustrated sometimes because I think, boy, so many people don't get it. What's it going to take for people to get it? And I asked Marsha at the end of the meeting last night what Master Sha thinks of 2012. And he sees that we're going to go through, what she say, 12 or 14 more years of intense testing and intense trials. He doesn't see 2012 as being a time that we arrive at a new plateau. I disagree with him. But yet, if he's looking at it that that only the people that he's reaching are the ones that are waking up, and that he's the one that's bringing this gift to humankind, and he alone, well, I can understand why he thinks it might take 12 or 14 more years for people to get there. But the truth of the matter is, there are many modalities and many masters and teachers, and I don't really even like using the word masters. It's not a word that I certainly would never apply it to myself. I'm just a man. I'm just a man who is a son of God and recognizes that I am a son of God. And recognizing that, I recognize the web of life, and I can interact with it on a level that I couldn't do when I didn't recognize that. So recognition and identification to me are extremely important elements in the awakening of our consciousness, in this shift that we're going through, and recognizing that that as Master Sha is dealing with one aspect, there are other teachers and other people that have been gifted in other ways to bring an awakening into that element that's able to receive and resonate with what that message, the way that message is delivered, and what is being said there. So that ultimately, if I could get to a place just high enough where I could see the bigger picture, I would see how this part and that part and the other part all come together with unconditional service to all creation. Everything serves everything else. And this is an awakening that's happening in 2012, and I don't believe we're going to have to go through 12 or 14 more years of suffering. I would only believe that if I believed that everybody had to do what I'm doing. But I know that that's not the case. People don't have to do it my way to get home. My way is my way for me, and it might work for a handful of other people, relatively speaking, that resonate on that frequency. And I'm here for those of you that fit that bill. I'm here to be a catalyst, to awaken those of you to your own potential, to your own gifts, to your own power, to your own wholeness. because we are all whole, having an experience of fragmentation, having the experience of polarization and separation. But that's temporary, and it's an illusion that we're waking up from. It's a nightmare that's passing away. I leave you with these thoughts this morning, and I hope that you can recognize that you are here to unconditionally serve all creation, and to recognize that all creation is here to serve you. Namaste.